Hi, my name is Martha. I'm a sexologist based in Singapore and my company is called Eros Coaching. My intention for making this video is to explain to you a little bit more about myself and my work so that you can better decide whether I'm the person that you would like to work with in order to overcome the challenges that you are facing right now. I have a doctorate in human sexuality from the Institute for Advanced Study of Human Sexuality in San Francisco. It's a mouthful, I know. And I was taking this by commuting back and forth over 5 trips over 2 years. And this is an academic study helping me to understand the whole spectrum of human sexual behavior. And the field of sexology is basically a combination of different disciplines from psychology, sociology, anthropology, medicine, arts, and so on and so forth. So it's a combination of different disciplines. It studied all the different aspects when it comes to sexuality of humans. And from there, I also have other training that I felt would complement my studies, including a certificate in practical counseling, a certificate in life coaching, and a certificate in sex therapy. I use these methods in the work that I do so that I can better help my clients. One of the things that I started to realize when I began my practice 6 years ago was that my clients were coming to me saying that they have sex problems, but actually as I start to delve in deeper, I realized that what they were having was relationship and communication issues. So because my background, my first degree is in communications, I was able to use a lot of the techniques to help my clients to better communicate with each other, especially when it comes to sex. Therefore, in addition to that, I have begun to embark on my studies to become a relationship coach from the Relationship Coach Institute. And from there, now I'm able to combine not just sexuality coaching but also relationship coaching, because I already have a certificate in life coaching. So sometimes, depending on what my clients need, I do combine certain life coaching training or techniques so as to help them to be able to better cope with life. So a lot of people think that I'm only a sexologist, I only help with sex problems. The thing is, because I am called a sexologist, so most people who come to me naturally, they only come to me because of sexuality issues. However, I also help with people with relationship and life issues, as I mentioned. So some of the problems that people come to me for, the number one issue is actually vaginismus. Vaginismus is a condition that happens when a woman's vagina shuts down, making penetration difficult or impossible. Over the last 6 years, I have worked with more than 300 couples who have the issue of vaginismus, many of whom have gone on to be able to have successful penetrative sex and also have their baby. That's their intention. So I also have created an online training program for that purpose of helping people to overcome vaginismus called Sex Possible. You may want to check it out. The other big problem that people come to me for is low sex drive or sexual desire discrepancy. This is when one person has a higher sex drive than the other person. Often when it's the woman who has a low sex drive, usually it's because of work, because she's tired, she's not very interested in sex, and so we actually delve much more deeply in our sessions about exploring the different facets of why she's having this problem and what we could do to support her to start to realize how important this issue is and how it's affecting her relationship. A lot of my clients ask me whether they should come in together or as a couple. Generally, if they are in a relationship, I would encourage them to come in together as far as possible so that I can have a better idea from the first session what are the dynamics going on in the relationship. Subsequently, if it's needed, then we will have separate sessions if required to delve deeper with the individual. So some other issues that people come to me for besides low sex drive is premature ejaculation. For that purpose, I have created an online training program called Ready, Get Sex, Go. You may want to check it out as well. I also have another program called Sex Jumpstart to help couples to rekindle their intimacy, especially when they've been in a long-term relationship. And there are also other issues people come to me for instance, psychological ED. This is what happens when they are anxious and nervous and stressed, and for whatever reason they don't understand, their penis is just not getting erect when they want to, and that causes a lot of distress for them, as well as a lot of anxiety in the relationship where perhaps the partner is asking, you know, are you not getting erect because you're not attracted to me anymore? That happens quite a bit. Another issue is delayed ejaculation. So this happens when the man would like to but he's unable to ejaculate. This can cause problems because when it comes to fertility, if the man cannot ejaculate, then how are they going to have the baby? So these are some of the things that I work with clients with, and I'm listing them once again in priority. The first one usually is vaginismus, followed by low sex drive, premature ejaculation, erectile difficulty, and then delayed ejaculation. So these are some of the common issues people come to me for. But there are also other issues that people come to me for. For instance, they may need some help with understanding their sexual orientation, or with their fetish, or with sexual techniques and sexual communication. Perhaps they are a couple that has no major issues, they just want to find ways to enhance things and to spice things up. I also work with couples on that. I have also worked with men and women who are interested to get more in touch with their sexual selves, and by that I mean like their feminine or masculine side. I have also worked with couples on that. So there are people who are also new to sex, they are struggling with understanding what it is, they're uncomfortable with sex, or they have questions around sex, so then they come in to see me. Sometimes we are able to resolve a lot of the issues and questions they have in one session, and if that's the case, that's fine. But most of the time they will actually require more sessions, and this is where I have my economic package. Most sessions are 1 hour, it's face-to-face. I also have Skype sessions, and I also answer sex questions by email, although they need to be not of a personal nature but more of like a straightforward kind of question. I'm happy to answer that. So I hope I gave you a little good introduction about myself, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. And this has been Dr. Martha Tara Lee of Eros Coaching. I'm a sexologist, I'm a life coach, I'm a relationship coach. So in the meantime, remember to keep loving, live life fully, and stay lovely.